You said it was a good size.
When a girl says it's a good size, it's a nice way of saying that it's small.
What else did you expect from the director of Clerks?
Hey!
If Clerks had a fascinating behind-the-scenes story, then Mallrats is almost a Citizen Kane-esque look into the machinations of Hollywood. Mallrats is the only film in the Kevin Smith filmography that is his most Hollywood film, in that it is the only film of his that isn't edited by him. The film was released by the now-defunct Universal Pictures genre offshoot Gramercy Pictures. Jason Mewes almost lost the role of Jay, the role directly based on and written for Mewes, to Seth Green. If you've seen the failed Clerks TV pilot, you know that Jason Mewes is irreplaceable in the role. The film marks Jason Lee's first major film role, who at the time was first and foremost known as a skateboarder, who in turn was competing with Adam Sandler and Steve Zahn for the role of Brody. The biggest star of the film was Shannon Doherty, whose star was fading at the time and was more or less known for tabloidal exploits. Mallrats tells the story of Brody and T.S., both of whom have been dumped by their significant others. After getting dumped, they decide to go to the mall, only to find out that T.S.'s ex is a contestant on her father's dating show, and Brody's ex is seeing Shannon, the douchey owner of the fashionable Mail. So they decide to get their exes back. So let's get to the good things. Jason Lee and Jeremy London are both great. Kevin Smith has a great eye for talent and found the right people for those roles. Shannon Doherty turns in a good performance as Renee, the frustrated girlfriend of Brody. I also got a bit of a laugh when she was called Brenda at one point. A pre-famed Claire Forlani is great as Claire. But the performances I love the most in this film are the supporting players. Even Suppley cracks my shit up every time I watch this movie. His character's entire arc is finding the sailboat in the magic picture, and his descent into madness cracks me up every time. Michael Rooker proves why he is one of my favorite character actors of all time as the slimy producer pimping out his daughter on the dating game ripoff Trooper Date. Jay and Silent Bob come up with Wile E. Coyote-style schemes to derail Trooper Date. Mallrats is distinctive for another reason. This film has my absolute favorite Stan Lee cameo of all time. His scene in Mallrats was the very first thing I pulled up when I found out that he died. It's such a wonderful moment in this zany comedy. One of the very few things I liked about Captain Marvel was that Stan Lee's cameo was him learning the lines for this scene on a train. In preparing for this review, I decided to watch both versions of the film. Both have very similar problems. The extended cut of the film fills in more blanks, but suffers from pacing issues. The theatrical cut of the film suffers from missing pieces of the story and felt rushed. I also hate to be this guy, but I'm on Renee and Claire's side here. Dante and Randall at least held jobs. Brody and T.S. don't really deserve either girl they're with. Both of them are losers in a bad way. I never quite gelled with the idea of a teenage girl having sex with adult men for a book. There's a layer of ew attached to it, and it serves as a key part of the climax. Of all of Kevin Smith's films, this feels the most sitcom-y of all of them. Jokes really don't land well, if they do at all. The only consistently funny joke is one man's descent into madness because he can't see a sailboat. Mallrats may be the weakest film of the Buick universe, but it's not without its charms. This was Kevin Smith trying to find his voice post-Clerks to varied results. The film is saved by likable performances and my all-time favorite Stan Lee cameo. Ultimately, Mallrats became a cult classic to the point that Kevin Smith outlined a limited TV series that served as a direct sequel called Mallrats that did not get picked up.
I'm going to give the Mallrats theatrical cut a 3 out of 5, and the extended cut a 3.5 out of 5. Be sure to like, comment, share, spread the word of New Rubs Media. Follow me on all my socials at New Rubs Media. Until then, I'll see you next time.